Hello,
Hi.
the Dharmen and Leela show.
He's Dharmen.
She's Leela. Okay, so you can tell we don't do this very often. This is a trial balloon.
Uh-huh.
And today what we'd like to talk a little about is a process that we've been doing for the last 5 years, and that's the process of what we call radical transformation. So Leela, who is responsible for everything except what comes out of my mouth.
I take no responsibility for that.
Can you share with us what we'd like to share?
Well, first of all, we don't call it radical transformation anymore because Ra took that name for a different process. So we actually just call it the transformation course. And it's a year-long process.
It's radical, I'm just saying.
It is radical, but it's not the name anymore. So, like I said, I don't control what comes out of his mouth. And it's really a year-long journey through the variables in a deep way. It's not to teach the variables. It's so that each person gets their individual experience of what their variable is, what it feels like inside to be riding around in this vehicle of body and mind, and to be the passenger of that vehicle, and to really understand the features of what it is to live in a nine-centered vehicle.
And that's really the key. It's the features.
Mm.
And one of the things that Ross said about this variable is that it's our control panel.
Mm-hmm.
And what he meant by that is that in essence, this is our life story.
Mm-hmm.
We have a body and mind, and then we have a path that body and mind moves along. And that's how we experience this life. Mm-hmm. So that if we can be clear about how we meet life, our PHS, how we digest experience, how we can know that when we're in our correct environment, that whatever's taking place is meant for us to experience, not for us to get lost in. Mm. It's not us, it's our environment. Mm. And so forth and so on, through the other, the personality aspect of the journey of transformation. But by having the understanding, by being able to deconstruct the way in which you meet life, gives you a better capacity to accept life's not a personal, life's not against you. Mm. That what we meet is just here for us to experience it. It's not good, it's not bad, it's not right, it's not wrong, it's just what life brings us to experience. But if we can be in touch with the way in which we're designed to experience life and to actually be able to sit back and say, yeah, this is my trip. Okay, so let me see. And it's to build trust in life. Mm. It's to build trust in, if you're alive, if you're breathing, life is supporting you. Mm. It's not against you. It's not trying to get rid of you. It wouldn't have brought you here in the first place. But we've lived for centuries trying to figure out how to make life what we think is safe, secure. And what we've lost is just the very basic experience of being alive. Mm-hmm. So this process, it's a year-long process. Mm-hmm. This is not a journey to be taken lightly. Mm-hmm. And it's a process of exploration. you're going to be challenged. You're going to come up against your stories. They're not going to be pretty until you begin to realize they're not personal. That all the stories that you have are about things that you're here to become wise about. So that's our process.
The other part of it is that we begin and we build the journey step by step. And there's a reason that we run these variable courses the way we do, is because the body can become stabilized. The form has a specific frequency, and we can align to that frequency. Strategy and authority. Strategy helps us to meet less resistance in our life. It helps the form to navigate correctly.
It helps us to not get lost in the stories.
And our inner authority is here to guide the life. But if we have not aligned the frequency, Ross said, garbage in, garbage out. If the frequency is not correct, no matter how much you want to honor your inner authority, it may be working with faulty data. So we establish that frequency first. We get people to be able to recognize what it is to be in this vehicle, how that feels like, how it takes in life, how that experience really can become something that they recognize, that they can come back to. Then we start dealing with the personality.
But it's not really a process of coming back to the experience. It's being present to the experience. It's recognizing, okay, so if this is talking to me, then I'm not present to what life is bringing me. Oh, okay. And to actually recognize that. That's what the process helps to do. It helps to break down, deconstruct what this issue is. What is the issue of PHS? Well, it's not just what you eat. No. It's how you actually meet life. Okay, so that's a little different. And part of the journey is to understand that this vehicle that we're moving around in, it's an upgraded model. It's not what our parents, it's not what our ancestors lived with. So human design is actually an owner's manual. And what we do is we take you through the owner's manual. And we help you to see that it's the body that experiences the life. You've got to learn to trust your body. You've got to learn to trust that you're present and that that's enough. There's nothing more that you need to do other than be present, because everything that you're here to experience is there in every moment. And then we move to that tricky side, the personality side. Because the personality side, and this is what's so beautiful about being human, we've got this incredible balance. We've got a body that's stabilized, that can be stabilized. And we've got a mind that's not designed to be stable. It's designed to be this and that. So if it's operating correctly, then what you're getting is you're getting your perspective, you're getting your distraction, you're getting your motivation, you're getting your transfers. That's natural. But to understand yours, now that requires a little deconstruction again. And that's what we do. So we take you through a year-long, 6-week at a time. So each segment, 4 segments, each segment is 6 weeks. We take a break. During that time, we meet with you individually so that you can get whatever questions you have that don't get answered in the class. And we continue finding ourselves, finding us.
I think one of the dilemmas of the personality is really understanding when the mind isn't running the life, what is it really here to do? And what is the correct purpose of our personality? How do we discover that? And that, that is in essence the second part of this entire course, is helping us recognize that the personality is not for running our life. And to notice how that really works, how mechanical that thing is. It's really not personal at all. It's simply mechanical.
And simply, for me, this is what the amazing aspect of human design really is. There's a line that we experience through life. Mm. And each line, each part of the line has its own developmental aspect. Mm-hmm. The personality. Ross said it so clearly. The personality is not for you. Mm-hmm. The personality, yours, is for everybody else. Okay, well, if it's for everybody else, then it has to be about things that everybody else deals with. So what is the personality built on? It's built on your openness. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's where your outer authority gets developed. Body, inner authority. Outer authority is personality. Mm-hmm. And it's strictly outer authority. Therefore, it gets built upon the openness.
In terms of the observation of the openness.
Yes.
Not the conditioned behaviors.
Not the story.
Yes. Yeah.
Not the story. But the story is a finger pointing, because the story points to your openness. Mm. There's not a story that anybody has in their mind that isn't based on some aspect that's open in them. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And we get to explore that. We get to deconstruct how it operates for each and every individual, because it doesn't work the same for any of us.
We're all wired differently.
Yeah.
The other part of this process is not only do we have these 6-week course segments and then the gaps where people get private sessions, but we have an ongoing quarterly support group. And we have 4 times a year. Alumni come back. We've been teaching this for 5 years now. So we have people that have gone deep into their exploration. And, the people that are currently taking the course come to these meetings as well. So you get this opportunity to hear from other people what they're discovering in their journey. And you are then a member of this larger group of people that meet regularly to talk about what they're discovering in their experience.
For me, this is about communion. Mm-hmm. This is where we can come together, begin to share what this journey is for each and every one of us. So if you're interested, we're going to be doing one starting.
The last slide will have all the details. So,
okay.
Yeah.
So are we done then?
Yeah, if this is interesting for you, we invite you to come check it out. You're asked, invited, initiated. We have plenty of information, and we'd love to have you join us.
Bye.
Bye.